Hello everyone, I'm Heather Dawson and it's a pleasure bringing you the best of California every week on our show. So let's start off our show with a trip back to Puerto Vallarta. Marco Gutierrez takes us to the resort that set the all-inclusive standard in Puerto Vallarta, now part of the Preferred Hotels and Resorts collection. Welcome to Velos Vallarta.
Velos Vallarta from the award-winning Velas Group boasts a 10-acre beachfront location with views of the Sierra Madre Mountains in the distance. Located in the Marina Vallarta, it's one of the most exclusive areas of Vallarta, Nayarit. The center of activity is a lush tropical garden courtyard with 3 sparkling swimming pools, a cascading waterfall, swim-up bar, and even resident iguanas. It's perfect for friends and family getaways or a romantic couples retreat, with numerous exciting activities for day and night. Dining is a highlight of the experience, with restaurants offering elegant and casual oceanfront settings. Velos Vallarta's all-inclusive resort amenities have been carefully selected for comfort and choice.
Welcome to Velos Vallarta. Here you're at your home. Here you have nothing to worry about. We're an all-inclusive, all-suite hotel. We're here for large families, large groups, couples, honeymooners, singles. We'll take you all in and we'll treat you as family. As an all-inclusive package, we have to say that we run one of the less complicated, less surprising types of all-inclusive, which means you won't find service charges in each and every restaurant. You won't find extra bills upon checkout. What you paid for is what you get. No paying for any more higher value. I do want to wish you all, come on down to Puerto Vallarta. It's a safe area, it's a beautiful area, and be our guests. We're here to welcome you. Thank you.
Shops, art galleries, cafes, and Puerto Vallarta's famed nightlife are just a short ride away. All of this at the best quality at one all-inclusive price.
So many of us have been cooped up at home, but as things start to open up, good food, good company, and good music is on the way. In fact, country music star Brice is heading back out on the road and has already played some live shows.
We actually did a couple here recently and, like getting out for the whole weekend, the real deal, the buses, the trucks, lights, and man, it was something else to get back out there. You never can imagine how quickly, none of us could, something could get jerked out from under you and something that is so important to you. And so to get back out on that stage and see it and feeling live faces and live energy and live smiles, and it was just like coming back home. There was even nerves going into it, like, wow, we haven't done a show like this in so long. I hope I even remember the words to the songs I've sang a million times, but it is a big hole in our heart that's got filled here recently.
And Lee is on the road promoting his new album, Hey World, which is tearing up the country music charts.
It kind of shows a snapshot of who I am and where I'm at this point, and kind of my little diary, except via music. That's just how I view it.
And getting that album done in the midst of a pandemic proved to be a challenge.
We had half the album done before the whole shutdown hit. And so I had to figure out, myself and my producers had to figure out, how do we finish a record without being in a room with someone? So I had to sit in my house and set up my own stuff, do my own vocals, send them over to my producers. We'd send a track over to a drummer, and the drummer would do some drums and send them back. We would, same thing. And so we had to figure out this whole new way to make a record. So in one way, it slowed us down, but I even look at that like, you know what? It slowed us down enough to where we were really able to pick through all these parts and get it simpler, but yet just as good, because it's the right part that matters, when you're making a record.
But Lee isn't slowing down now, as he'll be playing a bunch of shows this summer, and now there's a chance for him to play a concert in your hometown thanks to Casey's Summer of Freedom Sweepstakes.
Casey's is just a great place, a great people. And so they've got this sweepstakes going on this summer, Summer of Freedom. And there's actually a lot of things going on. You go sign up, okay, to be a rewards member at Casey's. And so from that point on, anything you're buying, whether it be snacks or gas or drinks or whatever it may be, there's little prizes being given out, throughout the summer. And then there's a grand prize of me possibly coming to your hometown to do a full concert. And so, it's going to be the Summer of Freedom, because we are free this summer to do what we want to do. And we're excited about it.
And make sure to check out Lee's new album, Hey World, available everywhere.
Hey World.
Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life.
And coming up next, we have an important medical message for anyone that goes to tanning beds. All this and more when we continue with California Life. Don't go away. Melanoma is one of the most common cancers in young adults, especially young women. If you use tanning beds before the age of 35, you have an 87% higher risk of melanoma. My friend Tina spent years going to tanning beds and soaking up the California sun, and is now fighting back after being diagnosed with stage 4 melanoma. Here's her story.
The California sunshine. It's the reason that millions of people have moved to our state. But this beautiful sunshine can also have deadly consequences.
Laying by the pool or spending the day at the beach is just part of the California lifestyle. But ultraviolet light from the sun is a leading cause of skin cancer. May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month, and research shows that skin cancer is by far the most common form of cancer. Estimates are that 1 in 5 Americans will get skin cancer in their lifetime. The most serious and deadly form of skin cancer is melanoma, and 86% of melanoma cases are attributed to excessive sun exposure. And studies show that even just one session in a tanning bed can raise the risk of melanoma by 20%. But the quest for the perfect tan can blind many, like Tina, whose mother had melanoma and warned her as a teenager to stay out of the sun.
She would say, "You're going to get melanoma." And I was invincible, and I said, "Whatever, then I'll just dye tan." Literally would say that.
Well, 8 years ago, Tina was diagnosed with melanoma after finding a mole on her back.
They removed it. It went 5 millimeters deep, which with melanoma, only 1 millimeter, it gets into your skin and can get into your lymph nodes. So mine was really aggressive.
After extensive treatment, including the removal of multiple lymph nodes, Tina was cleared of the melanoma, at least for a time. And it was during that recovery time that Tina began following a young Rancho Cucamonga woman on social media named Chloe Thompson, who was diagnosed with melanoma at age 19 while serving in the Air Force. Chloe bravely and publicly fought melanoma before passing away at the age of 22.
I would tell her, "You need to slow down. You have cancer, But she just didn't want to give up. She wanted to live life, and, so yeah, she was a fighter. She was a warrior. She was a cancer warrior.
Chloe's mother, Michelle, describes her daughter as an outgoing young lady who lived life to the fullest.
She just never gave up. She never stopped fighting. In fact, when she finally passed away, people were surprised. They didn't realize that her cancer was as serious as it was, because she just lived life every single day.
And today, Michelle works hard to keep Chloe's memory alive in an effort to help others.
I kept Chloe's Facebook going as a memorial page, and she has, about 3,300 people on there. People really reached out to me after Chloe passed away and just told me, how she inspired them.
And while Tina never met Chloe, she reached out to Chloe's mother, Michelle, when she was recently re-diagnosed with melanoma, and they met recently for the very first time.
You did great.
I try not to cry.
I know, me too.
Chloe was so positive. She was just so positive, and everything I would watch of her, she was just happy, and she fought so hard. And I just vowed to fight as hard as Chloe did.
And Chloe and Tina's stories are reminders to all of us of the dangers of this deadly form of skin cancer. Things to remember: people with fair skin, blonde or red hair, and blue eyes are most susceptible to melanoma. But anyone with extended sun exposure can be at risk. A family history of melanoma is also a risk factor. Warning signs include large, irregular moles that grow quickly. More than 9,000 people nationwide are predicted to die from melanoma this year, but the survival rate is very good if detected early. That means everyone, especially people in the risky categories, need to get regular examinations by a dermatologist.
Melanoma can be prevented, so sunscreen, put some sunscreen on, and give yourself a self-exam. It's just like breast cancer, it's really easy, just check your skin.
As for Tina, she's in the midst of a new battle with stage 4 melanoma. And while her prognosis is unknown, she remains upbeat about the future.
I'm super positive about it. I know I was put here for a reason, and I'm just going with it. I hope that I could be an inspiration to somebody. I hope that my fight can help somebody else, and I hope that my knowledge will help somebody else.
If you or anyone you know fits in the high-risk category, or you're noticing new moles, we urge you to see your doctor immediately. For more information on melanoma, you can visit the American Cancer Society at cancer.org. Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life.
I recently got the opportunity to talk to Lentino. Lentino's new single, Oceanside, follows the enormous success of Last Christmas, which is the reinterpretation of the classic George Michael song. To begin, I wanted to ask you how you got your start in the music industry.
I got my start at a very young age. I was 3 years old, 4 years old, singing, dancing, acting. 10 years old, I wrote my first song, and that's when I discovered songwriting. Loving the opportunity to bring hope, healing, and a little bit of sparkle into everyone's lives.
In regards to Last Christmas, what inspired you to cover that song, and did you expect all the fame that you got from it?
Well, actually, Last Christmas is an amazing iconic song, as you mentioned, and it was a childhood dream. I had no idea that the opportunity to record with the original backing vocalist of George Michael's band would come about, but it did. Thank you so much again to everyone out there who graciously downloaded the song and streamed it and shared it, and to all the radio stations that played it as well.
So you performed in places such as TVNC, Good Morning Show, the AMC channel, Hotel Cafe, Pianos in the Bitter End. How has the fame been, and what did you learn from it?
That's a great question. I think that through time I've really learned that it is all about the human connection. That's what I've learned through all of the different experiences and performances through the years. Ultimately, I really believe that having resilience and having a strong, focused personality has really carried myself and other people through that are in the arts.
Can you explain the inspiration behind the song Oceanside?
I wanted to create a song that was nostalgic. Oceanside has always been a place that I loved as a child. As an adult, that's where I do a lot of my songwriting. The verses kind of talked about someone kind of searching and sort of dealing with different things, which I myself have in my life. And then in the chorus is a celebration of the ocean.
To wrap up, I saw your quote, "Don't give up on your dreams. I really believe it's never too late to become what you're destined to be." So what does this quote mean to you?
It is a phrase that I use often. Don't give up on your dreams, and it is never too late. I really want to help other people, and I want to help them discover what is it that they're meant to do. Really love you guys. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram at Emmy Lentino, and I can also be reached at emmylentino.com, and Oceanside is available on all major platforms.
I'm Natalie Wilson with California Life.
This is the return of what we've all been missing: live music, dancing, and crowds of people. This is the first ever Tower Porch Fest.
Especially the musicians, being one, I knew how hard this year has been on musicians.
Jeremy Hoffer is in the band Boha, He got the idea from a Modesto event and got together with friends to make this happen in Fresno.
We decided let's kick something off and we'll do 3 or 4 porches and we'll call it Porch Fest, Tower Porch Fest. It just kind of grew from there to a much larger thing.
Being you until the end, but I guess I was right.
Hannah Phi took to the stage for her own set. She says both musicians and fans needed an event like this.
It's something that people are really thirsty for. You know, we're thirsty for connection, we're thirsty for interaction, and, you know, just the love that pours in through artists' music. Like, that's something that we've been craving for a long time.
Caddy Ness and The Revenge enjoyed catching up with friends they haven't seen in the past year. Caddy and her band spent the time away rehearsing and just living life.
I almost really started crying as I saw someone I haven't seen in many, many years, and that was very heartwarming. And I'm glad to be here and play some music.
From the turnout, it's safe to say the Tower Porch Fest was a success. Jeremy and the rest of the performers look forward to a future with this event.
I don't think it will not happen.
I hope so. I hope they block off the streets like when I was a kid and we had block parties.
Neighbors meeting neighbors and musicians meeting musicians. So it's just been a lot of fun.
Bringing you the best of California from Fresno, I'm Bob Lopez for California Life HD.
We're under another COVID surge here in California, and with that, the lines at rapid center testing sites have gotten extremely long. People are waiting hours at a time to get a 15-minute test and to get the results. So we're going to check it out and see what it's like. I'm here with Bella. She just got a 15-minute rapid COVID test. You're waiting for your results. And why did you decide to do this?
I live in Dallas, so I'm going home to see my family. My roommates, all of us are getting rapid tests.
Are you worried about getting it on the plane and then landing in Dallas?
I've been reading up on the airflow and stuff on airplanes, and it seems that you're not very likely to get them on airplanes, so I'm not really worried about that.
Are you a student or a worker, and have you been impacted?
I'm a student. Having to completely figure out new coping skills for doing schoolwork was really, really difficult.
What is one of the things that maybe you're thinking that you hear that you should do, but then you're doing something different?
Honestly, and I keep my mask on in public, but it's hard when you're with your friends and stuff, and especially when you're like, oh yeah, I trust this person, I'm just not gonna wear a mask in front of them, it's not a big deal. That's really difficult. It's hard when you're in close contact with people you haven't seen in a while, when you really care about. Has touched. Yeah, Bella's my roommate. We go to LMU. I actually took the normal test this morning.
So you take the one that goes to the lab and it'll take about 48 hours to receive, and then this one's the 15-minute one.
I'd rather be safe than sorry. I don't feel threatened on a daily basis. It's just when the thought comes up, it really stresses me out.
They're reporting that young people may not be taking this as seriously, and there's parties. How does that make you feel as a teenager?
I definitely would agree with that. I don't think that people are taking it seriously, especially in our age group. I've witnessed it.
How do you react to it?
I just walk away. There are certain people that just won't get it.
You study psychology. What do you think about what's happening when, how people are dealing with their anxiety and dealing with their fear right now?
I'm actually doing research on COVID and loneliness. People are isolated. Everything is just heightened. It's so much worse. Everything just seems like it's falling apart.
So you just got your results.
I did, yes.
And what is it?
I'm negative.
So how do you feel right now?
Good, I'm relieved. I didn't have any symptoms, so I wasn't too scared, but you never know.
And how long did this whole process take today?
Oh God, it's 3.5 hours about.
Are you going to hug your grandma tomorrow if she wants it?
I think I would, actually. This is the first time I've actually taken the test, so before I wasn't sure, and I feel like now at least have some sense of security about it.
So tomorrow you're going to hug your grandma. Amazing. How long has it been since you've hugged her?
Since this whole beginning. She's been wanting to, but I just kind of, I'm like, so it's been a long, long time since we've given actual hugs in the house. Yeah! No, we finished it. Yay, we got negative results. Okay. Super excited.
So what are you guys going to do now?
Go home and not see it. Yes. Hide out until we leave.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
People get so giddy. It's such a big relief.
And that'll do it for this week. If you missed any part of our show, go to our website, CaliforniaLifeHD.com. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. We'll see you next time.